Hello everyone and welcome to Bottle Mining and Antiques, and today I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT as a resource for antiques. Before we go any farther, I want you to know that ChatGPT has two versions. There's a free version and a $20 version, and to access the links in the ChatGPT bots that I've created in the link below, you'll have to pay the $20 a month, unfortunately, but you can use the free version and it's almost the same. We're going to keep it simple and we're going to talk about two things that ChatGPT can do. Number one, it can translate text, and number two, it can appraise items. But there's a catch to the appraising items part that we'll talk about later. So to start off, we're going to send ChatGPT 4 pieces of paper. 3 of them are from a diary, and 1 of them is an old document. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that this is going to be a perfect translation, but it does a phenomenal job. Just to show you how imperfect it is, it, for some reason, wrote the first document all the way to the right. It made 1 or 2 long run-on sentences. For whatever reason, we'll have to scroll to the right to read the rest of it. But for the other 2 diary documents, they did a phenomenal job about McKinley and the groundhog, and even the merchant's gargling oil, which was written in the far back of the book. Feel free to pause the video at any point to put these side by side and read them better. I thought it did a good job with the Lancaster lampposts and city lights that needed to be replaced, or they were quoting them on. We're going to go ahead and move to our next topic, which is antique appraising. And again, in this situation, it would be best to have the $20 a month paid version of ChatGPT. If not, feel free to use the free one. If you do pay for it, click the link in the description. Also, be sure to tell the AI what the material is made out of if it's hard to determine. So if you have a milk glass bowl, it might think that it's plastic. So tell it that it is made of milk glass, because it will assume this is like a really bad employee for $20 a month, unless you tell it exactly what to do. So if you have a costume pin and it thinks it's gold, it'll assume that it's made out of some form of gold, or vice versa. So all of the items you just looked at are ones we're going to be throwing through the AI. So to start us off, we're going to throw Ross's Red Top beer through. On eBay, one of these sold for $81 in auction. The one I have has a little bit of damage to it, but it appraised it $150, which is probably too high in this case, but it still panned out to be in a fair market for the bottle. Now we're going to switch over to this sterling silver ring with a gold plate. I want you guys to take notice how it does assume that it could be gold, even though it's not. See, it says it could be 14, 10, 18, or sterling silver. So keep an eye out for that and be specific. You guys could tell it what you know about the ring. Like in this case, I know it's a sterling silver ring with a gold plate and a red cubic zirconia. Now we're going to move on to photographs. So personally, I think the AI appraises photographs way too high, but that's regardless. Take notice how I did tell it to make 2 separate listings, which it will. So it's going to start off with the baby dolls, and you guys can argue with me in the comments, but I believe that's a $5 picture. That's what I would sell it for in my store. But the AI says it would be $50, which I think is ridiculously high. And the baseball picture, just to identify that it could identify baseball players, is pretty remarkable to me. But it also added the baseball picture at $50 as well. And the bonus part at the end here is that if you go back through and rewatch the video, you can take notice that it does give out some incredible details about the item that you may not have thought of. For example, the ring, it called it an emerald cut, possibly a ruby, which it is not. It's a cubic zirconia, but still a pretty amazing, great resource that you can use. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I hope it helps, and have a great rest of your day.